Oh. Let's see, can we win? Ready. Whoa, I got it. Oh, I can put the Russian battleship in the game, finally. If you shame yourself killing them chickens. I ain't seen the smallest chicken leg in my day. I'd be rich. I'd be rich, boys. I can't live in China, man. They thought them people ate bats over there. I had to go get me. I had to kill. I might have shoot somebody. Came out. I had to survive. I had to survive. I mean, I shot somebody. Livestock. Thank God, born in I had 6. Oh, that's on China. Well, that's somebody's pet cat or something. Yeah, that ain't no cat, bro. They ate somebody's buffalo or something.
All forces, capture that area.
Alright, we all gotta go at one area, people. That's the only way we gonna win this. Nah, somebody has to go off on their own.
Teammate, I need your support. Affirmative.
I'm just going 2 groups.
Teammate, I need your
Here we go,
support.
I guess do it that way.
Teammate, I need your support. Affirmative.
So,
Capture that
I
area.
think 2 hours on. 2 hours on is it? Oh, we might have a shot there. Oh, you want to say, crap, how the heck can he shoot and I'm not in his range?
Get back. Get back.
God darn, that destroyers just annoying people, right? Don't go on that base. Ah, screw it. I guess somebody got to be the one to die.
The ship is on fire.
Come on, come on. Dang, see, I'm always missing the targets.
Hands things on the floor.
Oh, got it. Come on, something over here. I'm never like I ain't saying that. I'm so like I ain't saying. I ain't saying. I ain't disrespect me like that. Body heavies. The body heavies. Letting my authority get in your head. Rise up to the heavens.
Attention, reporting the target position.
We getting at my cameras. Oh crap, that is one like that kind of shit. Take that, you crush.
I need help.
I'll be coming to help you, my comrade. The water I'm at to hit now.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
Oh, too soon, anyway.
All stations requesting fire on the designated target.
It's fine.
Our team is taking the lead. I need support.
Look at that. He will slap him in oxy. Slapping some oxy today. Slapping some oxy today. Don't slap no Nazi today.
Get back.
We must push forwards, my comrade. And we must conquer.
All stations, concentrate fire on the target.
Fuso must be sunk.
Our victory is in sight. I need help. All stations, reporting the position of a strategic target.
Oh yeah, we got some heavy hits. We had polarized. We gotta find them heavies again, boys. They know who the boss. Find them heavies again. These suckers. Now we must destroy Fuso by force. Crap.
$2,000 just in the boards that you see right here. That is not including the solenoid valve, which is the electronic air dump valve in here. This big old booger does not include that, and it does not include, there's another mount that goes with this that hasn't shipped yet. So $2,000 is just the horn setup you see right here, which to me, that is overpriced for these horns. To me, these horns should be like $1,200, $1,400, somewhere in that range. I see like different times of the year they'd be priced a little bit different, but I just refused to pay more than what these things should end up costing. But then you got to think about it. I mean, Horn Blasters will sell you a set of plastic, you know, Chinese horns for like $300 or $400, not including all the other stuff, just the horn kit. So the reason I ended up buying these from Horn Blasters was thanks to, I guess, the crazy Rona going on in the world right now. They actually offered a 25% off sale the other day. I don't know if they're still going to do it or if they're going to do another one, but that enabled me to essentially get this thing for about $1,400, which is to me a reasonable price for the horn setup that we have here. So that's the reason I pulled the trigger. So I ended up getting the horn setup. Everything goes on here and allows you to run the airlines through it. I don't remember if I had that on my last truck or not. So I got all of that for essentially what this horn would cost by itself. I wish we had one of the Horn Blasters XL shocker kits or whatever that we had recently installed on Big Lou's truck or Martin's truck to show you guys just the sheer difference in, like, we're talking massive size difference. I mean, look at that. Look at the biggest trumpet on there. Look how big that is. I mean, you could fit my whole hand down in there. These things are just on an absolute another level, and it drives me nuts when people call plastic air horn kits train horns, because they're not train horns. Now, I will give Horn Blasters credit. If you go through their website, they do call like their XL shocker kit a train horn. But then if you scroll to where like the Nathans are on their website, you'll see it says authentic train horn. Then Horn Blasters actually does offer a metal cast version horn that they sell. It's like their version. I'm assuming they just took molds off the Nathans or something very similar to that and started casting their own. And again, they won't call those authentic, which is good because really like locomotive companies are using horns. So to be authentic, I feel like it should be the ones that real locomotive companies are using. So Horn Blasters does offer basically this version in their own cast for like $1,200 or something, as opposed to the normal price of $1,800 to $1,900 for that horn. So while I'm stoked to finally get a real train horn setup on the BBB, let me show you a little dilemma we're working with. Keep in mind the size of that giant thing back there, and we need to now fit that up underneath here. Whereas on my last truck, we put it right where the spare tire was, and then my tank was back here, similar to all the installs we've been doing here at the warehouse. Obviously, this one's a little different. This one's a little more showy, the way that we have the tanks powder-coated and displayed. And then we've got the compressors in the middle. So we're going to have to do some finagling. I've been talking with Zach. I might be moving these two tanks over to the outside right here and just basically cutting off that leaf spring bracket that we don't need anymore. We're going to have to do some figuring and finagling to see if we can fit everything up under here. I mean, I know we can. I know people have fit way more. I am genuinely curious to see just what kind of room we're working with here. Yeah. These things are massive. Now, the good thing is you can get really close to your exhaust with one of these horns, and being that they're not plastic, you don't got to worry about them melting. And I will say one of my biggest regrets of the Silverado that I was in, that I got hit by a drunk driver, rolled the truck, totaled the truck, was never going up underneath and unbolting my Nathan horn, because the insurance didn't give me any money for it. The only reason I didn't was the truck being that the person that hit me killed the passenger in his vehicle. My truck was always in police impound, so they really only gave me like one shot to go get all of my stuff out of it, and we had to go through the lock gates into the police impound. There's a cop standing right there like just waiting for me to take all my belongings out. I don't think he wanted to stand around all day while I'm unbolting crap off the truck, and really I didn't want anything other than my horn, because I was in love with that thing. And the powder coat job coming from realtrainhorns.net was much better than whatever. I think these are just painted, to be honest with you, just cast painted. So I do miss the finish on my other horns. It was a little bit nicer, but considering I do like to keep my horns black and not ever do like a fancy standout color, I think we'll survive. We'll just keep it like this. Because number one, I don't want to pull apart the entire back portions, pull all the crap out of them to be able to powder coat them. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm kind of, Zach had actually mentioned it yesterday, I'm kind of contemplating putting this setup on the OBS. Reason being, I don't really drive the BBB that much. The one great thing about giant horns like this is people get out of your way, or when they're doing something stupid, like you really can put them in check. And well, when do you see that the most? When you're driving the vehicle you drive the most, which is probably the OBS. A little out of my budget to buy two of these, so maybe it's probably just gonna end up going on the BBB. Which, speaking of, how mad do you guys think Carlos is gonna be? He's gonna watch this video. He doesn't know ahead of time that I got that. The one thing he would always try and have on me when we went to truck shows, even though he pretty much copied the rest of my entire truck, was he actually had a real, he calls it a train horn, and his plastic horns are cute, but they're no train horn. And so he would always hit his horn and be like, where's yours? Where's yours? So, sorry, Carlos. Good thing Carlos wants to sell his truck and get in the car game. I think he's done with the truck game. So if anybody wants to buy Carlos's truck, it's about as close as you're going to get to buying my truck. Hit him up at SoCal Dura MX. I think it's not Dura Max, SoCal Dura MX on Instagram. One thing to keep in mind if you guys are going to be stepping up to getting a Nathan train horn setup is, at least with the K5LA, I believe it's with some of the other models, there's a low mount and a high mount. Currently right now, we have the low mount, which that's the lowest profile height-wise mount that there is. It keeps everything basically below the manifold. The high mount, I think these two bells themselves are mounted up top right here, so it makes it like more of a square package, which to me, when you're mounting it on a vehicle, it means it's going to hang down lower, and I don't like to see things like this underneath the vehicle. Like, I like them to tuck up as far as I can. Obviously, these things are absolutely massive, so you're gonna end up seeing a little bit of them hanging down, but I don't want the thing to like be dragging on the ground or, you know, clip a speed bump or something like that when we're mall crawling. Now, you don't necessarily need to go with the Nathan K5LA. Like I said earlier, there's a K6LA, there's a K6LLA, which is the longer trumpet. There's the P3, the P5, there's a K3. Basically, the numbers obviously correlate to the amount of trumpets or horns that are in it. The best way to really pick which ones you want, go online. There's tons and tons of YouTube videos of people doing different demonstrations with all the different horn setups. There's people that are, there's literally like a whole subculture of people that are like train horn fanatics, to which I respect, because, you know, we gotta keep the tradition of the real train horn alive. Do some research, figure out a sound that you like. Again, to me, the K5LA is my favorite sound, and hopefully once all this like quarantining, social distancing and all that wears off, we can get that thing installed. You guys can, you know, hear for yourselves and decide if that is a sound that you like. Now, don't think I'm just bashing on plastic horns for being crappy. For what they are, albeit I think they're a little more expensive than they should be, they're loud. And Carlos's truck, Big Lou's truck, Martin's truck, those horns are sufficiently loud to do whatever you really want to do. But I'm a stickler for details, and I'm kind of OCD about like things being authentic and real. So that's the main reason I probably spend more money than I should on horn setups. And with that, guys, we're gonna wrap up this video. I don't even want to keep walking by this tire pile that I know I'm gonna have to eventually move here soon. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have not subscribed already, please click the subscribe button now that we do not miss out on any future content. Don't forget to give this video a like and get a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out workforapparel.com, because if there's anything you want in this life, you gotta be willing to work for it. You guys are the best. I'm out.
Damn. Yeah.
You let me be like yourself, man. You be like yourself on here. Holy God. Yeah. Oh.
It's interesting what happens when you treat every
These
little
boys
piece of a
are
thing
boss around here.
like it's everything.
That shit ain't no comedy.
What's up, and good afternoon, guys. Welcome back to another video. Domino's, if you're out there, you're watching and you're hiring, I'm getting pretty good at making boxes here while we're all quarantined. I think this is like my new favorite hobby. But on a real note, I cannot wait till we get the employees back. And yeah, this is like a 2 to 3 person job that I'm doing solo to make sure that you guys can get your orders out in a timely manner. We've got Chris coming over. We're going to be installing stuff on his truck. Wes is coming over. He's going to be making a bracket for his truck to hopefully get his horns installed. I don't really know. So hey, let's see where the day takes us. I believe Wes just showed up. We're going to be hanging around some people today. Time to mask up. Oh, you're already on the install, bro? In case anybody's wondering, Wes is starting up a new business. His truck is going to be now a Milwaukee tool truck, so he's going to drive around to auto shops, you know, sell some tools out of it. Basically like Snap-on, you know, that's the budget version. Wes got his lug nuts on there to match the lift kit. They're definitely, so before he actually mounted them, they were lighter than the lift kit. Now they look a little bit darker being inside the wheel, so we'll be working on mounting up Wes's horn that we saw in the last video.
Had to get some fitting. My current horn, I'm using 4-inch tube and rubber airline, and I wanted to go to 3/8. I was gonna go with the bar fittings, but I just felt like that was just waiting to pop off. So I got some push to connects, which make it a lot easier.
Today you're gonna be making a bracket.
Yeah, we're just a little piece to move. frame and then.
Dude, we got a plasma cutter. Too bougie? So you're mounting it up with a little
pulley this down to make some clearance since I clearly don't use a spare tire.
Well, let's do it. What are we doing? Oh, you're going to point it straight down?
Yeah.
You're just going for it, huh?
Well, that's the easiest way. And
I don't know, man. That bracket's looking like a Bryant bracket right there.
Hey, it's going to work.
I don't know. How long before it rusts out?
That don't matter.
No, it does matter, bro. Come on, bro. We're back to a show truck life now.
Yeah, right.
Are we going to leave your other horns on just to leave them on?
No, I'm going to do a test in between.
All right. So if you guys remember, we mentioned in a previous video, like, one of the good reasons of switching over to metal horns is Wes is running some plastic horns. Right there, the plastic clients. Dang, dude, you got some mud up underneath this thing. Is it? So one of the issues he's running into, I don't know if you're going to be able, well, there you go. You can see his horn is kind of melted off the muffler there.
That's because the suspension, when you floor it, it squats and it hits the muffler.
The setup that he's running, it's better. I mean, everything's better. It's metal, cheaper. It's got a built-in solenoid all on one bracket, whereas these are all individually mounted. There's the solenoid right there. So we're going to do a little comparison here of Wes's Klein horns, which don't sound that great, versus his new setup.
I think sound like shit.
Yeah, dude, that new setup's going to sound way better. So right now he's draining the tank. He's got to be able to pull off one of the fittings, hook up the new fitting to run to the new horns, and then we just got to wire up the solenoid. Good to go. Hey, Brian, make sure you come pick these up for sale, buddy. We'll work you a good deal on them. Oh, it's got a little metal fitting there.
Yeah.
That's quality.
So I once had to epoxy it together because
it broke off. It broke off. That one right there, we charge extra for that one. That's a good one. Oh, the man, the myth, the legend. What's up, buddy? Is this 6 feet away? Dude, I think you should just rock those gloves full time, bro.
Think so?
Yeah, that's a good look for you, man. Like, you look like an assassin right now. You know, Chris, you're just in time.
What?
Well, we were going to work Bryant a deal on some nice used Klein horns, but if you want them, you know, we'll work you a deal. Yeah. Oh, you sure? So really the main reason we made today's video, I didn't know Wes was coming to install his stuff, is Chris has been wanting to do this for a while. As you guys know, Chris actually has the factory GM tow mirrors, whereas on my OBS and soon to be on the LOI, I'm running the Boost Auto mirrors, and they are like a very, very close clone. I don't know if, like, I'm assuming like auto manufacturers, certain parts they just don't worry about like patenting, because there's probably no point. They evolve them so often. I'm assuming these aren't really patented because Boost made like an exact replica, which means Boost parts will now work on your factory GM mirrors. So one of the ugliest things on any vehicle is the amber. The good thing about these 1500s is they put so little amber in the headlights, it actually doesn't really stand out that much. Whereas like we talked about on Wes's truck, the amber is like very in your face. Same with the mirrors. Obviously, having this amber lens here doesn't look that great. Chris went with the Boost Auto, you went the full switchbacks, right?
Yeah.
So these are smoked, they're switchbacks, so he'll have the white running lights as well as the amber turn signals, and they should
have a little harness.
Nice wire harness. Allegedly, it should just be bolt up directly to the factory mirror.
We'll see.
We'll see. I mean, so far everything I have from Boost Auto has been flawless. Ryan's had a bunch of stuff from Boost Auto. Everything's been great. We've had really good luck with them. So
they got a sale on these right now. So
you sure there's a sale still going on?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, that's why I bought it.
You can get it out, buddy. You got this.
I mean, dude, they got some nice packaging.
I'm saying Boost Auto's like quality. I've always been leery of anything aftermarket, especially in the mirror world, because like back in the day, old Amazon mirrors or like the aftermarket tow mirrors, you'd always get crazy rattles in the glass and everything like that. Like it was just sketchy to buy aftermarket stuff. But Boost stuff has been absolute quality. Oh, you want to be on the thumbnail? Nice mask, dude. I didn't even notice that for a second. I like it, bro. You should rock that full time. Wes is the dirty one. Wes matches his horns and truck right there.
He already has Rona, and he just don't give a fuck. The thing is
Wes has been coughing a little bit.
He just has those gloves on. He has them in his pockets, but later when he takes the gloves off and he puts them in his pocket, he already contaminated his whole cell. But I wash my hands.
Well, then he touches his phone, and then he's gonna
like 10 packs of gloves. And
he's gonna like put his phone in his mouth. I've seen him lick his phone.
Oh, yeah, I see those people at restaurants wearing all the gloves, but they're touching everything.
Yeah, they touch the money, then they go back grab your food with the same gloves. It's gross. You look like Pigpen right now, dude.
I look like what?
Like Pigpen.
Well, that's good. There's dirt all under my truck. My truck actually gets.
Here we go. Show him, Chris. Show him. Show him. I pressure washed it. Oh, all right. Hey, Wes needs some hardware from Sergio's hardware store. Sorry, we're close. Oh, to the coronavirus. Essential. We're essential. Okay. He's not. I don't know about this guy. I don't know where we found him. Whose rank is this? Yours now. All I know is you and Wes have like ruined me in terms of even like halfway dressing normal for a day. I've become so lazy. That's the new workwear right there. Tell Sergio how to pull everything apart, buddy. He's never done this. Well, neither have I. Oh. All right, Sergio, this needs to go on there. You got that, buddy? Yeah, you guys are going to come along with this journey with us because none of us have time. We've never switched these out. So basically, you got to pull the mirror apart to get to the backside. You get to the bolts on those. So good luck, Sergio. Don't break the glass. I've already done that. Don't worry, I can find that online real quick. Chris doesn't get mad. I've already stolen his once. Yeah, you can borrow one. Let's try. We ready?
It's got to charge up.
All right. Dude, those hang down far for when you're doing all that off-roading. You might catch them. Don't worry, you got the hitch. The hitch will hit first.
Well, how do you do it? I'll try. I mean, if I break it, I break it.
You going to pull the glass out? All right, you got to get your hands behind it, and you got to pull evenly. It's not... Yeah. I'd try and go from both sides.
Yeah, but I got Sasquatch fingers, man.
You need some little Chinese hang fingers in there?
That's probably got some Sasquatch fingers.
Yeah, I don't know about that. So if you guys remember, pre-SEMA with my Denali, I noticed there was a little screw loose in like the backs. Oh, that makes me so nervous. Oh, I hate watching this. There's a little...
What side's better?
That side's probably better. You can get your fingers in there. Just let Sergio get his fingers in there, man. You got big fingers. Ladies, if you're watching. I had to remove my lower glass because I saw a screw there right before SEMA. Like literally the day we were leaving for SEMA, and I pulled out my glass and dropped it and shattered it. And I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Chris's truck was sitting on the street because he always parks it on the street. And I just happened to go borrow his piece of mirror.
But you did it before, so you should know.
I did do it before. It's sketchy and they break. So I'm scared to do it. And the funny thing is when I actually went to pull Chris's off, I dropped Chris's too, but it only took a little chip out. So if you ever see the mirror on my Denali, it's got a little chip in it. Well, that's actually Chris's mirror. But I ordered him a new one. They go on real easy. Taking them off, pretty sketchy. It's connected in the center.
Finding the Honda you really want just got easier. With the latest models and longer limited warranties, so low. And complimentary oil changes within the first year. You've never been more at peace than with Honda Certified Pre-Owned.
Google and Facebook track you and save every piece of information they find, which is creepy. But not everyone is ready to give them up. For those of you who are still on the fence, here are 5 good reasons to dump Google and Facebook. 1. Hyper-targeted ads. You know those sketchy banners that follow you around asking if you're still interested in that itch cream you searched for last month? This is how Google and Facebook make money. Don't think these ads affect you? Google and Facebook allow advertisers to run countless tests until they find just the right manipulative psychological triggers that get you to click. 2. Propaganda and discrimination. These ads are used for far worse than just getting you to buy stuff. They're also used to influence your political opinions. Google and Facebook let advertisers slice and dice people into small groups, making it easy to target people with harmful, misleading messages that encourage stereotyping. And these same tools encourage discrimination. For example, by letting advertisers show jobs or housing to only certain kinds of people. 3. The filter bubble. Speaking of controlling which people see what, Google and Facebook manipulate your search results and newsfeed based on what they think you'll click on, and filter out the rest. So your search results are different from someone else doing the exact same search at the same time. When the facts are tailored, it disconnects people from reality and further divides our world. 4. They save everything. Google and Facebook keep your search history, browsing history, purchase history, location history, whatever they can get their hands on. And they're known to share personal information with governments for surveillance purposes. In the last year, Google has disclosed data on over 200,000 individual user accounts. 5. It's a bad deal. Google and Facebook are among the most profitable companies in the world, all from selling and exploiting your personal information. Does that seem fair to you? You don't have to settle for Google and Facebook's harmful practices. There are healthy alternatives you can use to search and connect with people, ones that don't violate your privacy. At DuckDuckGo, we believe your data shouldn't be for sale and can help you take back control of your personal information with our private search engine, as well as an app and browser extension that blocks Google and Facebook trackers. Getting the privacy you deserve online should be as simple as closing the blinds. Join us to set a new standard for trust online.
I can't look. Oh, he got it. What? He got it. Sergio's the man. Look at that. Easy.
Yeah. All right, once this truck is charged up, we'll jump to a little comparison of the before, and then we'll hit the after.
That's a lot louder, dude. Air horns in Texas. Way louder, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Fucking pretty loud.
Chris jumped pretty far there. Woo! At least this one has like a wire attached to it, so it doesn't go flying off to the ground. The lower one is the dangerous
That's what
one.
I was thinking. We'll funny if I took it off and then drop it by accident.
That'd be hilarious, huh, Chris? This kit came with a wire harness, but obviously the factory lights, all that they are, like they don't have switchbacks wired up into them. So we need to figure out how these need to get wired in. Again, it does come with a wire harness. We're not sure exactly what the wire harness does. We should probably investigate that a little bit. So one of the things we're running into is Chris's truck didn't come with these mirrors. He added them after the fact and had them kind of wired up, but not exactly to factory spec. Yeah, so we're not exactly sure how they wired them. So that might make things a little interesting today.
I have the instructions on how to get them to operate how they're supposed to before the switchback option. But once they're wired correctly, the switchback should have been like plug and play, I believe.
Just put them in for looks. He doesn't even drive the truck, Sergio. Just put them in. They'll look better than the amber lenses.
I just need one picture, man. That's it.
Wes, what version are these? Where'd these come from?
So for anybody that wants to upgrade to tow mirrors, if your truck had like every power option, but it didn't have tow mirrors, so it has folding, it has reverse tilting, it has like a puddle lamp, power folding. This company that I know of, besides OEM, which OEM you're going to pay like $1,200, this is the only brand that retains every one of those functions, along with adding the marker lights and the cargo lamp. Boost auto mirrors, they will tell you they don't have memory. So whenever you set your little switches on the side for like driver 1, driver 2, these are the only ones besides OEM that will retain that. The Boost ones will not. So these are 1A auto. The only goofy thing about them is they use this really big marker light.
I don't like that. So you can see how much this sticks out versus the factory one that's flush mounted and the one from Boost that's flush mounted.
These, you can still switch to the switchbacks, which is what I do plan to do. And I would like to change the glass to having the little chevron turn signal in the glass.
This one doesn't have that?
No, so this one doesn't have that.
Ghetto, dude.
Ghetto, motherfucker. Do you have memory in your little aftermarket Boost mirrors? No, you don't.
I don't even have them wired up.
Exactly.
I don't need it in a 97 Ford.
Yeah, there's no way there's a running lights signal here. So yeah, we have to run the wire through here, then down there, then
Pop the door open. This thing looks like one beat up transformer when you actually pull the entire mirrors apart like that. Jeez. Not a whole lot to these things. So obviously Chris's truck, being that these mirrors weren't like on the truck from the factory and there's a little bit of weird wiring going on harness wise, they're gonna have to do some investigating and running some new wires. So his door panels have been pulled off here. Yeah, buddy. Hey, this thing's faster than Wes's truck, huh?
We're going to find out on the way up to Pendleton.
You guys gonna race?
probably.
Let him up! Oh.
It's working? Yeah, that's it. We got it. Got it. I don't know what we got, but we get it. Running an extra wire through there, making a hole in the original connector. Yeah, so that way we can, thanks to Wes's cables, we can use the original connector. Phil?
He's the guy when it comes to these 2014 and up trucks. He knows every add-on you can do. He has a schematic for it.
Antenna?
Yeah, for my Mustang maps.
So Sergio's doing a little wire fishing now through the boot there. Into the, this is the fun part.
Yeah.
All right,
This is in.
Yeah, full bottle of lube.
Yes.
Oh, that's good stuff. Yeah, just leave that in here for Chris. You never know. Oh, it causes cancer.
Yeah.
Good.
We figured it out. It was never wired up? No. Yeah. So I was actually just referencing a video right here of Chris's truck that I know he had the hazards on to see if his turn signals were ever wired up or if these were ever turn signals in the mirrors right there. Yeah, turns out, no, they were never wired up. They've been chasing this down for about an hour and it was never wired up. Great work, Chris. That's why I hired Sergio. Hire a professional? Yeah. Please. Why? Are you sure you even water? We'll just leave them like this, dude. They weren't even wired up in the beginning, so you might as well just, they look better already. You should have just put them on my truck, man, for this quick video. Well, that's a good sign right there. That's a good sign, boys. Oh, it works! It works. All right, what do we have to do? I'm seeing some, like, jumper wires going on here.
Yeah, well, I had to figure out because Chris was telling me that they had their turn signals running already.
You never listen to Chris.
So I thought, well, I'm missing something because I only see 2 wires. One is ground, the other one should be either turn signals or running lights.
Right.
And when I checked the original cost, it wasn't connected to the turn signals, it was connected to the running lights.
Right.
So actually to back up because they did a connection there.
So now we've got it hooked up to turn signal.
So this is the original turn signal that goes into the mirror. You have a LED turn signal. Right. So you tag into that one, and you just plug it into the original running lights, and that's it.
So the little harness that they came.
Yeah, it's really helpful because it already has a original plug. It just tell you where to tag into it, and that's it. There you go. All right. Should be simple enough.
We're done. So obviously, if you haven't done some Frankensteining on your truck, this is a lot easier. It should be plug and play from Boost's little wire harness that they include right there. Good job, team.
If you wired them correctly, just with install the mirrors, then this would have been a 10-minute job.
Just thinking about swapping out the rear bumper on his truck. As you know, his truck's more of a pre-runner look, and I've always been telling him, bro, you need a pre-runner front bumper, just something really smooth and clean that has, I don't know what the ABS material they use in the front. I don't know the right terms for it, but I've always liked that look. This is the rear bumper that he's looking at.
I think that's pretty clean, man. We're not sure how it would look if he doesn't trim his rear fenders like that to kind of meet it, but
I like it. That's from Dirt King?
That's from Dirt King.
Dirt King. He's also got some Dirt King goodies that are going to be coming on the truck soon, so, once all the craziness is over, that'll be getting done and installed on the truck.
Comment down below. Let me know.
Second worst part. Pulling off the worst. Oh, dude, you're good, Sergio. What do we got, buddy? Chris got some lighting ideas. Let's see.
Kind of like the Raptor, but, make it a little better.
All right, better than the Raptor. You want to use these?
Yeah, 3 of them.
Where?
Up front.
They going to fit?
Yeah. He says he already has the L brackets and everything for them.
So one of the looks Chris is trying to go for is like the Raptor look, where they have the 3 running lights in the grill. I did it on my 2015 Silverado. I absolutely loved that look. Thanks to Nick, American Duramax. He did it first. I kind of took his idea. And Chris wants to do it on his truck, but unfortunately on his truck, there's not a lot of good places to mount it like there are on the 2015 Silverados.
We're thinking do 3 of those. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, right here. Or do 5 individual 1, 2, 3.
I'm a fan of 3s. I think the 3s look better. So on my truck, I had a nice flat spot, and I ran just bolt lights. So they're basically an LED light on the end of a threaded rod on the back like a bolt, and the wire runs through it. Chris's truck, obviously, there's no flat spot to do it. Even in there, that's a V shape in that little channel right there, so it's not good for mounting anything. So we've been thinking of making little brackets or whatever, but he wants to get that running light look. Are you actually going to hook these up as running lights, unlike your mirrors, which you thought were?
Well, no, I'll just hook it up to my little remote that I kind of have.
I worry about it looking too much like this is just like a construction add-on,
but still, the other ones will look like amber.
Yeah, but they'd be smaller. You wouldn't really see them when they're off. This kind of stands out. I don't know. Yeah, how far can you set it? I don't think you can go back that far. That ridge is pretty... What do we have? Look at that! Looking good, boys. Looking good. Alright guys, well Chris's truck looks great. That wraps the day up. Wes's truck's done, Chris's truck's done. Now I just need to get Zach over here so we can start really moving some stuff to get my train horn done. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you are interested in any Boost Auto Parts stuff, I'll put a link to Boost down in my description. Check out, they got mirrors for pretty much every generation of truck now. So make sure you check them out. Don't forget to give this video a like, aka a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out workfortapparel.com, because if there's anything you want in this life, you gotta be willing to work for it. You guys are the best.
Roll the outro.
Damn.
Hey, attention livestock managers. How would you like to grow 2 times more forage for your livestock? Well, if you want to find out, then please don't skip this video. So, over the past 11 years, I've developed a simple step-by-step grazing system that allowed me to double my stocking rate from 134 head to 269 without any fertilizer, seeding, plantings, or grazing more land. So I didn't need to own or buy or rent any more land, okay? Now, not only have I done that, but I've also managed to cut my hay or feed bill or supplemental feed bill in half. And so a lot of people online and in my community have been asking me, how do you do that, Chris? And so I've created a free online training that covers my simple step-by-step grazing system, and I'm inviting...
What's up and good morning, guys? Welcome back to another video.
Are you a man's man? Do you rip the filters off? Because no man needs a tampon. Are you so manly, your job's considered essential? Have you never been caught trespassing because you respect another man's land?
Well, then have I got the truck for you at Rhino's Acres and Deals. Here at Rhino's Acres and Deals, we are proud to present to you this here beautiful 2005 Chevy 5500. Then there is a Kodiak. Now, you may notice, very rare in the Kodiak. This here is a 454. You may notice a little bit of dirt on the tires. We're on a dirt road here today. This thing will get you anywhere you need to go. Now, this here ain't your regular old beat-up work truck. We do not operate like that here at Rhino's Acres and Deals. This beauty was built from the ground up to not only be a work truck, but a play truck and a show truck. This here beast has got a 6.6 Duramax in her with 197,000 miles on it. Now, you may be saying, Rhino, that there's a lot of miles. Don't worry, she got a brand new heart put in her at about 150,000. She's only got 40,000 miles on it. And we didn't just take it to some run-of-the-mill old side of the road shop and put an old used engine in it like most construction trucks you would see have. This here has a full factory Chevrolet engine put in at the Chevy dealer. Now, I heard, now don't take this, I ain't gonna say we don't say for sure, but I heard Jimmy Johnson himself may have installed it. Now on this rig here, every piece of plastic that we could touch was touched and hydro-dipped in black carbon fiber. Got a little bit of something there, but very easy to bring right on back to life. Now, if you got a rig this big, you gotta put the big rig looks on it. We got 22.5 Alcoa wheels here, awesome Toyo tires, 295, 75 R22.5. No cheap Chinese ball tires. Now, obviously, being a medium-duty truck, this here thing needs to be built to haul. Coupled with the leaf sprung suspension, we've got custom Fox reservoir shocks. Now, this here is your chance to own an absolute one-of-a-kind, never-can-be-bought again Kodiak. Now, you may be saying, Rhino, Chevy has re-released the 4500, the 5500, all the medium-duty truck line in 2019. Well, to that we say, ain't like this one. Now, the one thing you may notice about the 05s of this generation of Kodiak, now, this here ain't no pickup truck cab. And we'll show you the inside in a minute. You're going to see the benefits of it. This here cab was actually derived off of the Chevrolet van. Now, you may be saying, Rhino, a van, that ain't very big rig. We all know. A lot of fun stuff happens to the van. Now, just below the cab, we've got these beautiful custom diamond plate steps that were built. The battery box is relocated up underneath because nobody wants to see a big old battery box. It's like hanging a depth tank off the drive. Working our way back here, we've got this beautiful custom diamond plate flatbed. 12-foot flatbed, I should say. Built for work, built for play. It's got multiple tie-down hooks up front to tie down your dirt bike, as well as many a hook underneath right here to tie down your load, whatever you may be taking. She's got plenty of space to store all your tools. It's got upper and lower boxes on both sides with locks. Now, if you're coming from a pickup truck and you're used to being able to just throw stuff in the bed of your truck and it not fall out, don't worry. We got sideboards all the way around to keep all your stuff well contained. Now, you may be saying, Rhino, where is the exhaust coming out of that thing? Well, don't you worry. Back in the good old days, there weren't no big old emissions missiles on these trucks. So we've got the exhaust dump right there up underneath the cab, and it's got a muffler on it to keep your neighbors happy, or it could just fall off if that's what you really want to hear. We got us a beautiful light array back here. We've got running lights, we've got brake lights, we've got turn signals, we've got the amber lights for the job site, we've got some big, bright white LED lights for reverse lights. You may notice up here we've got a backup camera down there so you don't hit nothing, or if you're sick of your significant other after all this quarantine, it makes it really nice to aim for them. Now, Not only will this thing haul pallets of block to your job site, but it will also haul your dirt bikes on the weekend. This truck was built to tow. Now, it may be evident from the outside of this here truck that she is an absolute workhorse. Don't let that fool you to the comforts that are inside. Come on in, we'll take you on inside. Now, this here's a one owner, never been smoked in, and we ain't gonna start now truck, which as you can see from the interior of this thing, no expense was spared on making sure she was comfortable. You may notice, beautiful carbon fiber hydro dip dash. Every single vent surround, every single piece in the door. She's got a beautiful Kenwood Excellion double dim screen in the dash. Quite the array of buttons with room to add more auxiliary switches if need be. You may be saying, Rhino, you sure do look comfortable in that captain's chair. Well, of course. These here are air ride seats, just like in the big rigs, to make sure you have a nice, comfortable ride. Whether you're doing long runs down the interstate, taking your dirt bike to the track. She got the Banks IQ monitoring system to keep track of all your gauges, and it'll even do some 0 to 60 times if you want to drag race this bad boy. Now, this ain't your grandpappy's work truck. Everything in this truck is power, and speaking of comfort, you ain't seen nothing yet. Let me take you to the back of the rig. Have you ever been in the material yard and you had to wait? There were about 15 trucks in front of you. They were loading up and you're like, man, I wish I could go in the back of my truck and take a nap on the fold-out back seat into a bed. Me neither, but this here truck will enable that if you ever feel like you need to go take a nap. You're on the road, you're hauling your race car, whatever it may be. The rear seat here folds down into a nice, comfortable bed. Now, we didn't skimp on the entertainment system because any good rig has to have a party in it. We've got two 12-inch subwoofers behind the seats as well as a couple amps up underneath her. Then coming up top, don't worry, we've also got the DVD player. This here was the biggest of its time. I believe it's a 12-inch diagonal, 10-inch diagonal screen. Don't really quote me on that. Now, in saying everything's power, we ain't jumping. This here is the array of power switches for the rear power down seat into the bed. And, of course, every single piece of plastic that we could touch was hydro-dipped carbon fiber. Now, we did mention party earlier. If you want to have a party, you can't have a party without plenty of cup holders, and this truck does not disappoint. There are cup holders everywhere, every single door as well as up front. You guys ready for this? Listen to that kitten purr. That there is a fresh Duramax engine if I've ever heard one. Now here's where the true workhorse of this truck shows. We're gonna come over here, we're gonna flip the PTO switch. You may hear it switch over. Hear that? The PTO is on. Now how much can this truck haul? It all depends on how much you want to put in it. When you're ready to dump that load, you take a nice switch over here, and all you do is hit the button, and you got a full dump bed. Now I ain't gonna take it all the way up. We got stuff in the bed that I don't want to leave here on the side of the road. We don't believe in littering. Now you may be thinking, and it's totally understandable, Rhino, that there is way too much truck for me. How am I supposed to drive that? Well, let me show you. Now, we don't only sell trucks here at Rhino's Acres of Deals. We've got plenty of beautiful used lumber, as well as my personal favorite, pleasure craft boats. So that there boat says owner, perfection in hooks on it. That's right, that there is a genuine owner. One owner. Could be yours. Now, if you can drive yourself a regular old pick-em-up truck, this here baby will be an absolute joy to drive. You may notice it don't have no big old steering wheel. Don't need it. Turns on a dime. In fact, it turns better than most standard-sized pickup trucks. Don't let the length fool you. I know some of y'all have said that before, but this thing is very easily maneuverable, and I can guarantee you she do not feel as wide as she looks. It's got as much acceleration as you could want, whether you're towing or not. Listen to all that horsepower and torque. Need to get somebody out your way? Don't worry. She's got onboard air and a semi-horn. We all know in today's day and age, Chevrolet done screwed up the mirrors in their trucks. Back in 05, no issue. They put these big old beautiful high visibility mirrors. Now we don't beat around the bush here at Rhino's Acres of Deals. Y'all are wondering what is the price of this beauty right here, and let me tell you, it ain't $1 million like you think. Ain't even $100 grand. This here beauty can be yours for the asking price of $35,000. Alright, I think my days of being a used car salesman are over. Now, I will say there is something that a lot of people have been wanting me to do on the channel, and it's going to make a lot of you guys happy right now. It's also going to make the person behind the camera real happy right now, because she's been wanting this for a while, but I think it's time we shave the beard off. Yeah, she's like holding in her screams right now. I figure with the Rona going around and not being able to seal your face with a mask with a beard, let's just chop it off. I don't know if you see the camera shaking right now. There you go, you hear. We don't want to be shaving it off here in my nice jacket. Now, it's funny to me how many dudes get wrapped up in like another dude's appearance. But man, there are people that just despise what I call my beard. Some people say it's not a beard, but it is what it is. Trust me, I get just as much flack for having long hair and all that. It doesn't really faze me. But I think we've had a long enough go at it, and I'm kind of nervous, honestly, as to what I'm going to look like. Cause even though, like, it's
probably gonna look better, or it may look better. It's just like still getting used to it. So wish me luck. By the way, there's a nice picture of Gunner. You guys have ever seen that in the house? So she's up making sure that the bathroom is presentable here. I'm nervous, guys. I don't know if I really want to do this. I have a feeling it's going to be one of those instant regret things, and I'm not like facially hair blessed to where it's just going to grow back in a week. I don't know how long this has been growing, but probably a pathetic amount of time. So we had to pause for a minute there. I don't think my body wants me to do this. I just had a bloody nose for like 20 minutes. If at any point in this time you just see blood start pouring down my face, I swear, just let me know. I didn't like cut anything off. So one of the reasons I even like started growing any type of facial hair, again, I know like I'm not facially hair blessed, was like even to this day, obviously before growing this, like I still get carded when I buy like spray paint or lottery tickets. Like it gets old. So some type of facial hair at least like ages me a little bit. I'm probably gonna look like I'm 14 by the time this is done. I don't know. What do you think, guys? Maybe we just trim it up just a little bit. Maybe like some chops. We just leave the mustache. I don't really know. Look, this is how bad she wants it gone. She made sure she plugged in the razor so it's got plenty of battery. She even brought over some shaving cream. I don't know if we're going that far. I don't have one of those fancy beard bibs, so let's try and contain some of the hair here so it doesn't go down the drain. But we got a full brand new kit. Yup. Never even used, clearly. I don't really know, guys. I'm kind of nervous of like going all the way down. I feel like we should start with a guard. See where that takes us. I don't really want to do this, to be honest. I don't know if I need the eyebrow one. 2 millimeter, 1 millimeter. Let's try a 2 millimeter, see what happens. No coming back when we do this. All right, maybe we should try like a 3 millimeter. That's the one, that's smaller. Oh, there's so many. Body, 3 millimeter. Why is this one green for your body? 7 millimeter. Now we're getting somewhere. We'll start there. All right, okay. I'm just gonna go for the ugliest thing I can make with this. There's like all kinds of pimples up underneath here that I didn't even know I had. 7 millimeter is not that long. I've always really envied Charlie Starr and Blackberry Smoke. He has like super long chops that like tie into his hair. You can't really tell where one starts and one stops. Probably we should go for that look. Now you may be wondering, why am I watching a man shave? Probably wondering the same thing. All right, guys. We're done. How's it look? That's a no? You sure? Should we just go like super chop? Look a little thin up top. I don't know if that's gonna work. We're getting looking good. Looking good. I know that's gray hair. My skin just hasn't seen light for a long time. Brush it out a little bit. All right. What do you guys think? We rock that? Still down? I guess we're gonna set them all over.
Order what you need at O'ReillyAuto.com and pick it up at the counter or call and we'll bring it right out to you while you wait. 2 easy ways to buy online and pick up at your local store. O'Reilly Auto Parts, keeping you on the road.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
That's what I really look like, huh? I haven't seen this guy in a while. Can we get approval on the length? Do we gotta go shorter? What? This is like almost completely gone. What do you mean we gotta go shorter? Can I leave the mustache? No? My bloody mustache, my bloody nose earlier, no leaving the mustache? Are you sure? You really don't? You want the mustache? You don't want the mustache? Oh, can I just trim the mustache up? Let's try that. Then we need to clean it up a little bit. Alright, I think we're good enough. That's done. I quit. Oh, gross. I'm gonna save this for the next time I decide to grow it out. Have a little spots to glue on there. Jeez, I don't even recognize this guy anymore. Yeah, I couldn't take it all the way, guys. This is about as short as I wanted to go. And trust me, I know it needs some cleaning up after I shower and all the hairs stand back up and I can see what needs to be trimmed. We'll go in and clean everything up, but I'm also sorry you guys had to watch that. I'm sure it is very strange watching another man shave. Now, you know, it's just one of those sacrifices we have to make in today's day and age with all the craziness going on. So hopefully you guys can get used to this look, because I know it's going to take me definitely a minute. Oh, and I know this was asked a couple times in a previous video. This hat that I'm wearing right now, which is a work for it hat, is not for sale. It's just a one of the little sample prototypes that we had made earlier when we were working on finalizing the patch hat design, which is back in stock in limited quantity. So if you guys want our leather patch hats, make sure you head on over to Work For It Apparel. There will be a link maybe somewhere on the screen. If not, there's always one down in the description of every single video that I do. Also, we are serious about selling the Kodiak. My dad wants to get back into a pickup truck. So for those of you, with serious offers, my email is also down in the description, dmaxrhino@hotmail.com. Shoot me an offer. Let's see what we can figure out, and let's get the Kodiak sold for him. It is a great truck. I want to see it go to a great home. We've had a lot of memories in it. That was probably one of the first trucks that I had ever driven. That is what he hauled all of us to every time we had a dirt bike race or something like that. We always piled all the buddies up in there, and we headed to the track. A lot of good memories in that truck again, so I would like to see it go to a good home. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have not subscribed already, please click the subscribe button now that we do not miss out on any future content. Don't forget to give this video a like, a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out workforitapparel.com, because if there's anything you want in this life, you gotta be willing to work for it. You guys are the best. I'm out.
Damn. Yeah.
Hey, where's your apartment?
Seriously, I think at this point, I can't be the only one that's like, the universe just does not want me to have a nice OBS for it. I don't know what it is. Every time this thing gets like one step closer to being like perfect and beautiful, we'll get kicked back down again. And unfortunately, yesterday was no exception. Well, this would have been a couple days ago by the time this video goes live, but let me just take a minute here to compose myself. If you guys remember, about a week ago, the neighbor's kid decided to do some batting practice in their side yard, which lobbed a baseball pretty much directly at the side door of my truck here. Luckily, they were able to get the dent out, and you really cannot tell at all that there was ever a dent there, except for just a little cracked paint. So I'm like, all right, considering all that just happened, like, we gotta...
You like off-roading in nature, but you don't like getting stuck in nature. That's a conundrum. Sight!
What's up, and good morning, guys. Welcome back to another video. Just spending some time in the very enjoyable morning California traffic. And well, today, I'm hoping, is the day. We've got a lot of good things coming to the channel. Number one, we are on our way over to see somebody that hasn't been on the channel in a long time. And we're going to be doing something pretty cool. And then hopefully, after that, and by the end of the day, we've got a new vehicle on the channel. And a new build. So, fingers crossed, everything's going to go as planned today. But, let's head over to the job site. Check that out. That Ranger did the opposite mirror conversion that I did. So, it's going to be kind of hard to show the house we're working on today from when we're there, but that big old monster right there is where we're going to be working. And I see a... No. Can it be? Well, it looks like we pulled up right in time. The crane has just showed up. So this will give you guys kind of a good look at the scale of this massive house/project. And it continues to wrap all the way around that side, down that side. Well over 180 degrees. What's up, and good morning, guys. Welcome back to another video. Today's the day I have been really waiting for, and I'm really excited. Of course, it has to do with the old OBS, which we're sitting in right now, and hopefully finalizing the GM tow mirror conversion that I've done on this truck. I know I've mentioned this a lot in videos, but you guys know I like things if you're going to be doing a modification to a vehicle, like interior-wise or anything like that, or functionality-wise, I like it to look somewhat factory. Obviously, you throw a 14-inch lift on air ride and yada, 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 that don't look that factory. But as they say, the devil is in the small details. These are fully functioning tow mirrors. They've got turn signals in them. They've got the little LED lights on the front, LED lights on the back. So I want to wire all of these up to work properly. But as you can see, my Ford here does not have the factory mirror switch, because obviously I would like to be able to control them as well, because they are power mirrors. But the good news is they actually did offer a power mirror option in this generation of Ford. So I have bought all the parts to make it look as factory as possible. And really all we got to do is figure out how to make those talk to the new switch that we're going to be installing right there. Now, being that we aren't going to be doing any of this work till tonight, one of the things we've been lacking over at the shop is like adequate work lighting. I know I got my big Milwaukee tower light that never leaves my house. I should probably bring that over there, but we need more like smaller task lighting. And today is our lucky day. Guys, we've got count them, 2 Milwaukee trucks at Home Depot. This is a good sign. Something good's going to happen today. Let's go get some lights. So first light I want to pick up is a small task light that we can like mount up underneath the vehicle. So the little Rover by Milwaukee. I've heard the magnet's not that great, but you know, we got big tires that we can set these lights on or set it on the ground pointed up at what we're working on. Now the one thing about the Rover light is it unfortunately uses their proprietary red lithium battery, which obviously it's not the ones that we use in all of our tools. I like to keep a consistent battery across all the lines of tools that I have, even though it is Milwaukee, but it's only USB rechargeable. So we need to get another light that'll run off of our M18 batteries. That way we always have a charged battery somewhere around the shop. We're gonna end up with the M18 Rover, and to make this in an M12, the 12 volt option, which is this one, I believe. But I don't think it has this head where you can actually point the light wherever you want, which to me is a really nice feature. So this is the one we're gonna end up going with. Now, you know, we turned down a lot of sponsorships on the channel. A lot of people want to.
Stop number 2 for the day is we gotta get some diesel for the old girl here, and what I love about this gas station is every single pump has a gas and diesel pump on it. Let's see what California's great diesel prices are today. $4.10. I know in some parts of the state it is $4.99 or $5. So I don't know if the fuel economy on the Ford has increased that much by using the tuner. It honestly should be the opposite way because I'm getting on it more now. But I seem to be filling up less, and normally I used to fill up both tanks to capacity. But that rear tank, the cap leaks a little bit. So if you ever saw back in the day when my truck was white, there's always like black streaks going down where the fuel had been leaking out. Is because if the tank is somewhat full, the fuel would slosh out. So I need to get a new cap for that tank. And until I get a new cap, I don't want to fill the tank up and have diesel spewing out all over my brand new paint. So I've just been filling that one up like a quarter tank or a little over a quarter. It's kind of like my reserve tank when my front one runs out. And now we've got a bunch of workforce stuff to do. I will see you guys tonight. Well, our good buddy Zach should be here any minute to help me start getting these mirrors wired up. But in the meantime, we can say hi to Gunner. Hello, Gunner. Good to see you, buddy. And this would be a good time to test out the new Milwaukee lights that we just bought. I've got this booger charging right here in my center console. Looks like it's green, which means fully charged. So let's turn some lights off in the warehouse. Gunner, are you scared of the...
It's me, your Uncle Cooper. And this is a Cooper tire. Great tire. Now, it's not going to cook you a pot roast, but it will stop when you hit the brakes. And these truck tires...
To the dark. Press the button. So there's high mode on the Milwaukee Rover light, whatever they call this little booger. That's 550 lumens. We'll kick it down. There's a couple different modes there. I don't know exactly the lumens of each mode. There's low. High's pretty dang bright for how small and compact this thing is. Folds up. I mean, it fits right in your cup holder. But this is going to make it really nice for just working on some of the stuff that we do around here. You guys can see working your vehicle. This little light would be absolutely perfect. And it is magnetic. I was reading reviews saying the magnets suck. They're not the greatest, but they're not super weak. Like, that would work for most people's applications. And then in the back here, we've got the bigger Rover light. And I've got a half-charged little just XC battery here. All right, this is 1,500 lumens. Turn this bad boy on. I mean, honestly, it doesn't feel like that much more light output than the actual little Rover light. I don't know if I'm super impressed with this one. I don't know what's going on here. You can see the weird color change of the LEDs. See how it's more yellow, and then it kind of washes out to white? What I do like about this light, though, is the fact that you can set it in a bunch of different ways and really direct the light where you want it.
I was just expecting to be a lot more wowed by the bigger light. So while I'm waiting for Zach to show up, I've pulled out all the
bits and pieces that I plan on using for this conversion. And being that I didn't have a factory mirror switch, as seen here, I have bought a new bezel with the hole for it and then bought a new mirror switch. So essentially, this one is going to replace the one that you already see on the truck. Then me being like, I'm gonna think ahead and let's make this easy. I bought a wire harness that just has pigtails coming off of it, thinking like, all right, we're just gonna plug this in. That eliminates one connection we don't have to worry about. And then from there, we'll kind of splice things in to make the actual motors on the mirrors be controlled. Well, I probably should have done this about a week ago and pulled everything out and checked it because yeah, those are two different types of harnesses there. So what I think happened is this switch is either off with newer Super Duty, whereas this is like the older style F-150 switches. I don't really know, but make and model wise, this should be the right one. And I mean, I guess it should be on this too. I don't really know, but I have since found the right harness for this online. Now that's not going to stop us today, because one of the other big features on these mirrors is wiring up all the lighting. So obviously there are turn signal lights in the mirrors, there are running lights, and these are actually switchbacks as well, which I believe are white and amber, so they'll go turn signal or just white as running lights. And then you've got the really bright, what I like to use as backup lights on the factory GM trucks. These are like a cargo light option, so they come on when you hit the factory cargo light. On my 2015, these mirrors didn't exist at the time, so when they came out in 2015 and a half, I added them to my truck, but I didn't really know what to do with these, so I actually tied them into my reverse lights, and it was amazing. Like that, I don't know who's going to go turn them on as cargo lights, but have those as reverse lights to where it lights up every curve that you're trying to back up against. It's really nice, especially if you have wheels that you can curve. All I know is Zach's probably going to be pissed when he shows up, because we're going to end up doing it twice if we have to pull everything apart for the mirror motors. But maybe we can like pre-wire some stuff today, just make it easy and just go to one door. I think that's what we're going to end up doing. We did get some wiring here. I don't know exactly what you call this wire. We got a few different types. We got some right here, which is super flexible, sky-high stuff. Thanks to Adam over at Ronnie's Electronics. Now this is claiming it is 18 gauge. Now if you look at it, it looks pretty small there. This wire we got from Sergio over at IEP, which is also claiming 18 gauge, and it's going to be hard to tell, but I'll put them next to each other. You can see one is significantly thicker than the other. But what's nice about this wire is if you're using a low draw project where you don't need real thick wire, having all 5 wires or 4, depending on what style you go with, one really makes it easy and just running one wire to each mirror, and then we'll have 4 or 5 pigtail wires off that we can connect to, instead of trying to chase 5 separate wires all the way around the truck. For those of you who have never watched my channel or have no clue how the Duramax or GM conversion works on these older OBS trucks, and really you can do this on any truck, but it's easy on the...
Order what you need at O'ReillyAuto.com. Pick it up at the counter or call, and we'll bring it right out to you while you're waiting.
On the OBS trucks, because there are a few companies out there that make a mirror plate attachment. So obviously these trucks have the big wing window right here, which doesn't really allow you space to mount a big plastic bracket of mirror. Now I believe these are made by OBS Solutions, don't quote me on that. I get it from CP Addict. They have a couple different versions. This is the 2-plate version, and just the double thickness of the plate, trust me, spend the money and upgrade. So this has double plates right here, which are welded in, and then obviously you need to do the body work to make it look seamless, so thank you to California Auto Works for welding these in. And I mean, you cannot tell that that did not come like that from the factory. The body work is just flawless. There is also a door stiffener that goes in the door, because obviously you're adding a bunch of weight that didn't used to be on these doors. They weren't engineered for it. So there's a door stiffener that goes in there and basically takes a lot of the flex out. That way your mirrors aren't just vibrating as you're going down the road. So I don't know exactly. I think the standard kit's like $80 and the double plate kit's like $120, $140. I recommend spending a little bit extra just going with the beefier kit. Then for mirrors, there is a specific mirror that you need to get. So these mirrors are from Boost Auto Parts. Again, a huge thank you to Boost Auto Parts for sending me these mirrors. You can get them in a bunch of different variations. They have low power, high power LEDs on the back. There's a couple different styles of the actual light you can get here with either switchbacks or a dotted LED or the OLED boards. You can get standard chrome caps, black caps, or the paintable caps. That's what I got, and obviously painted to match the truck. Now, if you are going to go with this exact setup, you need the 88 to 98 Chevy mirror style, which
essentially when you're ordering these mirrors, what changes is the actual piece where it mounts to the truck. So the 88 to 98 has the right size for the OBS Solutions bracket that mounts onto the door. So keep that in mind, because that is important that you get the right mirrors. Now when I'm saying that anybody can do this, really if you order up the mirrors, you could probably take them to a body shop if you've got a OBS Chevy or any style of truck that you have, and tell them this is basically the triangle that they're trying to match. They can cut and weld in their own plates of steel here. What's nice about the way we did it is it's already pre-cut, pre-made. They've already done it a few times, so any mistakes that they came along ways have already been worked out. And for everybody that is wondering and doesn't want to lose their wing window, the wing window still works. You can get just a hair beyond 90 degrees there. And to everybody asking why I didn't go with the Ford mirrors, if you've ever seen an OBS Ford with the newer style Ford tow mirrors on it, it just looks goofy. I don't know if it's the shape, the size, whatever it may be. I have never liked that look. So I know a lot of people get butthurt about seeing GM mirrors on a Ford, but keep in mind, I mean, even the newer Ford mirrors weren't designed to be on an old Ford, so I don't think we need to get all crazy brand loyal on it. I mean, I've seen Dodge tow mirrors on OBS trucks and all kinds of crazy stuff, so I think with the older trucks, you're a little more free to do what you want. Oh, Zach's here. Let's see if he gets mad. Hey, Gunner, go back. America first! America first! Yup. Keep him happy, Gunner, keep him happy. Alright, just keep petting Gunner. I want to give you some bad news real quick. It's only detrimental to half the project.
So it's not really bad news to you, but it's really bad news to me.
It just means 2 trips, but we can pre-wire. Wait, I got good news though. I got good news. Look, we don't have to work in the dark anymore. Look, we got lights. Bro, come on now. No more working in the dark.
I feel like that was better.
Right?
Down the beat.
Yeah, the bill handle don't flex the plastic. There it is. Alright. One of the really cool tools to have when you're doing this is, what is this called, Zachariah? A probe.
This is a little excessive.
Yeah, it's a fancy probe you got there. Do the aliens use that type?
It's probably way out of their budget. You know, they gotta pay for space fuel.
I'm not allowed. America first! America first! Or according to a couple people in the comments. You're not wearing anything Snap-on today, hence why I also didn't make any Snap-on references to how much that cost you, but apparently people in the comments are getting upset.
Getting smarter about this until they start paying me. Probably should stop.
We've got all the wires coming out from the boost lights here, so I'm assuming these are for the actual mirror controls.
World of Warships Legends. Warships Legends.
And then these should be all for the lighting, and it comes with these little plug harnesses with the pigtails. These ones are correct. Now the problem is we really only have one. They all went missing. I'm assuming once these mirrors got installed over California Auto Works, they just went missing in the box somewhere. But the cool thing about the little probing probe that Zach has down there is you get to just like touch wires and see what happens.
This one's fused at multiple different.
I see nothing. Oh, there we go.
And the difference
between winning and losing
is measured in milliseconds.
Yo, oh, nice. We got
blinker.
Turn signal. Let's try the white wire. Let's see what the white wire does. Oh, there we go.
That's your light.
So that one's going to be reverse light. The other one is turn signal plus the switchback on the other side. So I don't know how we get that to be white.
That's got to be all the mirror motors. This has got to be mirror motor.
There's another pigtail up in there.
You see this wire right there that's half painted black?
Yeah.
That one is...
There's the front switchback. So that would be your running lights.
This would be the running light, and then when you hit blue...
Now we got orange.
Is it orange?
It's orange.
White.
White.
There it is.
Hey! We figured it out. I mean, you. So we're pulling out the DD audio speaker to give Zach a little more access.
Beautiful thing about speakers, usually hold.
Yeah, those are very magnetic. So harness number 2.
I don't know how to fuse that mirror.
It's a weird spot for the fuse, but don't get mad at me, Zach. I didn't design the kit. So we're just gonna put our own extension onto that orange wire instead of using the supplied little plug-in with the fuse in it. Zach's feeding the wire from the cab up into the little grommet into the door. And just like that, boom, we have wires. Nice and easy, dude. So today, obviously, we're running 2 wires, but we're only gonna end up using the one for the lighting until we get the proper switch. I mean, I guess we could hook it up. Getting everything nice and heat shrunk. Milwaukee light, doing great holding onto the door there. Once we finally figured out we should point it at what we're working on now.
Yeah, instead of my face.
I'm still doing a great job holding the soldering iron now that I don't adjust the dial on Zach when he's not looking.
Well, I mean, we figured he got a light that has a magnet, so he can't hold the flashlight anymore.
So I guess I'll hold the soldering iron. So Gunner's been laying out on the cold, hard shop floor, so I told him to go inside and lay on the carpet. And he's kind of like looking at me, and I was like, Gunner, go to bed. Well, at the house, go to bed means go upstairs. And I'm pretty sure Gunner just put himself to bed upstairs over at the warehouse. I hear a tail wagging. Oh, there he is. What's up, buddy? I'm telling you guys, Gunner is seriously the best, most obedient dog ever, and the smartest. There you go, buddy. Yeah, you can go to bed on the couch, man. Make yourself comfortable, Gunner. We got you a pillow. There you go, buddy. All right, Gunner, I'll be back, okay? You can stay, buddy. Why does that thing smell like carpet?
I may or may not have burnt the carpet. Don't tell Ryan.
Don't tell Ryan? Did we actually find a use for that clip on there? Look at that. We can do this, buddy.
Oh my god, this is embarrassing.
There it is.
3 hours later.
So, we're feeding the wires across here. So, while we're distracting ourselves before we crack this door open over here, I'm showing Zach, we did get the flush mount little pod here for the Hydra tuner. Sits in this booger, and then the wiring comes out the bottom right there, so you can flush mount it into a dash. We were hoping size-wise it would fit right where that little notch is in the dash, but unfortunately it's just a little bit too big, and I think it would look funky. So we were thinking about putting it down here in the custom center console that they built. We could replace, I don't really need the voltmeter. So I was just telling Zach that everybody was saying when we first got this center console built that they thought I wanted a giant pocket. And when they saw this pocket, they're like, there's no way there's enough room in there. But yeah, you guys can see it. We keep quite a bit of snacks
in the videos that thing's like 1.5 foot deep.
Plus it goes like way underneath the cups, or the cup holders. So there's plenty of storage down there. I don't know. Let's just grab random stuff and see what we pull out here. We got batteries. That's important. Milwaukee light.
Chargers, lifesavers, the flasher that doesn't work. You're supposed to get another one of.
Yeah, this is where I keep all the important things. We got a battery charger.
Lots of gum wrappers.
Oh yeah,
batteries, a cup. Is that a box of screws in there?
Is there a box of screws? And well, our rover light here just died. I think we got a solid 2.5 hours, I want to say, on high out of this little booger, which is pretty good. Being that we want this light to come on as the reverse light, we need to tap something on the truck, and these aren't like the new modern day trucks where you can just like tap off of the shifter somewhere. So we're going to use the tap that they already used on the backup camera. You could just tap the reverse lights. We don't really have the wire diagram or the fuse diagram for the fuse block up there. So I've been chasing this wire back from the backup camera up underneath the truck, and it's been pretty interesting the way it's run. I don't know if you can really see that. There's through the wheel well. And check this out. You guys are really gonna appreciate this one. You can see the wire is just run.
Are you located in the GFW area and looking to build your vehicle? Well, look no further. We are Central Alps, the premier off-road customization shop in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We've built some 500 vehicles in the last 2 years and countless numbers in the last 7 years. Also, we think we do pretty great work, but don't take my word for it. Take some of our happy customers.
Golly.
Well, that's awesome.
If you would like to make your vehicle one worth talking about, click the link below and fill out the contact form, and I would love to personally get in contact with you and figure out just how we can customize and build and design your vehicle today. Thanks, and I'll talk to you soon.
Elizabeth will be conquered.
This is Traeger. All of your favorite foods made better. Grill, smoke, bake, roast. From the backyard to the backcountry. You don't have to babysit your grill. Best of all, you can cook just about anything you want on a Traeger, because Traeger does all the work for you. Once you've tasted food from a Traeger, there's no going back. Go to TraegerGrills.com today and find the right model for you.
Yeah, I mean, it was zip tied in a few places underneath the cab, but check this out. I guess at some point they ran out of zip ties and just said, screw it, we'll use electrical tape as a zip tie. To zip tie, or to, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on there. But the good good news is the wires run all the way up to the cab, and hopefully we can tap one of these. So now we've resorted to the back of the joint head unit here to see if we can figure out where the rear view camera activation is. I don't know what it means, but it says back. Back.
There it is.
That's the one?
That's the one.
We got utter destruction going on over here.
Over it. Tonight.
Yeah, who needs the last one clip that's probably not broken on this truck? Just yank it off.
I don't want it.
You got this, buddy.
I really don't want to break it.
Is it one clip?
Yeah.
Stubborn clip?
It just does not want to.
Where's that little... There it is. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't anticipate we were taking the truck this far apart tonight to do this.
I want to wire it tonight. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, just a quick wire job, no big deal.
It's only like 18 wires. Yeah.
Yeah, we're only wiring half of it.
Yeah, we're not even hooking it all up.
So the bad news is we're really fighting getting the wire between or behind this giant chunk of metal there, which blocks where it goes into the door. The e-brake sandwiches up against it. So we don't want to pinch any of the wires. The good news is, though, Gunner came to join us and help us. Right, buddy? There you go. All right, you got any ideas on how we should do this? Okay, good. We got most of our wiring debacle solved. We were able to run it over here. We are into the door now. We're starting to splice everything together. The bad news is it's already, let's see. I don't know if it's going to show what time it is. Hold on. Right there, right there. 12:07.
Oh, Jesus. Way past my bedtime.
So it's looking like this is going to be a 2-day video here. We're probably only going to get the reverse lights wired up tonight because it's like the easiest one that we've already kind of tapped. It's also freezing back here. Zach, we need a heater in the shop, buddy.
We need a bigger shop.
We do need a bigger shop. And just so we all sleep a little better, we are going to put the inline fuse in it. The keys have been floating around. They're right there. There, I got the keys.
You had one job.
I found them. Let's see. Reverse. Whoa! We got reverse lights. And the camera still works. Great work, buddy.
You know where the screws go, right?
Nope. All right, well, I think that's a wrap on day one. But we get to use the mirror lights for the first time right now. Backing out of the shop. Make sure we don't tag a mirror.
My name is Jay Tannenbaum. I'm the CEO of Headlights Depot. Headlights Depot was originally created by my brother. We're basically the everyday consumer. These are people that need to make their car drive safely or just want their car to look better. Originally, it started as...
What's up and good morning, guys. Welcome back to another video. It's a little early. I probably look like it's a little early. We've got a cameo. What's up and good morning, guys. Welcome back to another video. Pause. Real quick, guys, before we jump into this video, I want to let you guys know that the long-awaited blue-collar brand hoodies are back in stock over at the Workwear Apparel website. As you can see, we've got a ton of them, so jump on them now for the holidays before we sell out. There will be a link right here or a link down in the description, workforapparel.com. Let's roll this video. What's up and good morning, guys. Welcome back to another video. Gunnar, as always, say hi to the channel, buddy. Oh, you're very excited. Yeah. Oh, that's it. Gunner's clearly very excited. So if you guys haven't already spotted them, I brought back everybody's favorite super sweet braids that I'm sure a lot of people are going to talk crap about. But you know what? Every once in a while, you got to change it up, and they're kind of looking... Being that he is the hardcore on the channel, but I can't wait to get the board back so I can stop, like, risking tearing up the interior on this truck. Even though I'm sure once we get the board back, we're not going to want to use it anymore. It's going to have a beautiful paint job on it. Well, Wes has a surprise for everybody here. Come on, Wes. Let's see what we got. Everybody's gonna get real excited. Oh, see that? See that? Oh, what's that mean? You don't know. Oh, I think I know what that means. Well, everybody's wish has come true. We're gonna be seeing Wes. I think we're gonna be seeing Chris. We're bringing the whole crew out to see my guys. Be a buyer so I can touch what I want. Oh, there you go. All right.
gotta stop by Zales. Gotta pick up a ring. I'm gonna meet a real special person there.
You want to shout her out in the video? You sure? Why are you getting all nervous and red, bro? Just shout her out in the video.
I just need to follow her.
Who are you really excited to go see? Come on, bro. Oh, all of a sudden you're shy now. Shy what?
I'm always
shy. Look how red that forehead is. Why are you blushing so much, dude?
I'm always shy.
Come on.
Lacey Blair, it's gonna be nice to meet you.
All right, we gotta facilitate. Wes really wants to meet Lacey, so Lacey, if you're watching, we gotta set up a time for Wes to meet you. He's really excited. Biggest fan.
Yeah.
Biggest fan. Wes, you want to bring her a trophy? Is she gonna be your trophy?
The one I won?
Yeah. Show her the trophy you won. Dude, you can let Lacey know how good you are at tail sack races.
I'm sure she already saw those. They went viral, you know.
Well, and then perfect time to help Wes work on his truck. Chris shows up. We're gonna go buy a truck right now. We can't work on a truck right now. What's wrong with this thing?
I keep busting the sway bar end link bushings.
Keep busting sway bar end link bushings.
Yeah, the way the washers they give you, they're flat, and when the bushing gets, tightened down, it kind of mushrooms out, and it cuts into it. So I got these cuffed washers. That should help.
Oh, what's up, Chris? Good morning, buddy. Good morning. Wash your fingers, bro. Wash your fingers. No more. All right,
Think we got it. All right, well, now that the mandatory truck maintenance is done. Oh, man. Chris, we spilled. We spilled on the interior. My shoulder. No, I don't care about your shoulder. I care about my center console, bro. It's disgusting.
The enemy is about to win.
Who loves orange soda? I love orange soda.
Is it true? Mm-hmm. I do. Let's see how today goes. I mean, we're in the, we brought the I Can Afford It truck, but I'm rocking the, that dude's sketchy braids, so they probably shouldn't trust me, but let's see what happens. I just don't feel right being at a Ford dealership. This feels weird. Wes, you feeling all right?
I feel like I'm getting sick.
It's really simple like this. Try out the winch. It took Wes 2 seconds before he's already tearing something apart. See a dual E? Is it a 350 or a 450? This is it right here. We got 450 right here. That was easy. Oh, it's a lariat? Nah, we need a platinum. We gotta find us a platinum at 450. Now, you guys might be saying, Rhino, what's going on? Why aren't you getting, 5500 Chevy? And the problem with that Chevy was, I don't know what it is about Chevy's commercial vehicles, but the paint on them sucks. It's just garbage paint. The interior, you can't get it decked out, so whereas, the F450s, you can actually get a limited or a platinum interior on it. So, you're already kind of just getting the truck done on that terms, and all we got to really focus on is making it cooler. Whereas if we were to buy the Chevy, it literally needs a brand new paint job on day one, and that's a huge expense. Wes, you really liking this thing, huh, buddy?
I do.
Are you getting converted?
I don't like the
I gotta say though, guys, I love this color red for the Fords. If I could ever commit to a red truck, it would be this Ford red. Yeah. Oh, this one's got the Starwood Performance package on this Raptor. That's not even a Raptor. It's a STX. I don't even know what this is. I feel lost in the. Is this like the Chevy's Black Widow package? It's got a sweet star decal on the hood. Yep, it's exactly like the Black Widow package, man. Look, they don't even break down what you got. Somebody just hand wrote Starwood, 17 grand extra.
It's the eco boost.
Good, how are you?
Good. Hey, what you call you this not high enough? You need it a little bit higher.
Well, I need a bigger truck to go higher.
Yeah, a little. Yeah, a 450, huh? Platinum?
450 Platinum, yes, sir. I've always been a GM guy.
Oh my gosh, are you all right? What the hell are you doing here, man?
Yeah, we don't feel right being around. Trust me, as GM guys, we feel weird being here. That's the thing. I ain't sure exactly what color I would want. I really like your guys' that red.
The ruby red, like that one truck that we had.
Yeah, but I don't know if I could ever commit to that color. Let's look at this one. This one seems like it seems to be right. All right. Well, if you got tight squeeze right here with this column, I don't know if you're gonna make it pass. I mean, if you hit the column hard enough, how much price do we take off the truck?
Hey. I don't think I've ever figured out that.
Okay. Look at that turning radius. That is beautiful. Watch these fenders over there. Oh yeah, you got it. Look
Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta say, man, you know, you guys know I'm a GM guy, but Ford makes a beautiful looking truck. Let's see what we got on the interior. So this truck's a 2019. I haven't been able to find any 2020s around town that are on the lot. I don't even know if the Super Duties are on the lot yet. I know the 2020 F-150s are, but let's see what we got going on here. What do you think, Wes?
I like it. It's got a way better outlet inverter than what we have. We only have like 100 watt, 150 watt.
Yeah, check this out, just so you know.
Got the massage?
Got the massage seats right there. Little round button.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Turn it on high for me.
Hi.
There you go. There you go. Give it a second.
My back's hurting from that ice skate. When you're on your lunch break, you just come in here and get a little massage.
Take a nap. Yeah, you bet.
I will say, the one thing I like about Fords is they have a giant window. So if you've ever been like me to where you've been upside down in a truck and you've had to climb out
Got
the
enough
window,
room back there?
It's really nice having this much window space. You can adjust the seat on here.
Don't blow out the speakers now.
Don't blow out the speakers?
Don't blow out the speakers.
Oh, man, you don't know Wes.
Ya te dije hace unos instantes, comienza a mandarme tus mensajes.
I do like that. He's just like chilling over there and letting us do our thing. We've got center console. It's got a nice big deep center console.
Coin holder.
And a coin holder.
I had to buy mine on Amazon.
Decent little storage space here. I wish it was a bit bigger of a cavity. I like this little setup right here though. Go from 2 to 4 cup holders.
Wow.
Oh, there we go.
A little bigger.
Well then here, if you ever, your key fob ever dies, that's how you start your truck if your key fob ever dies. Just put it in there. Does this one have the 10 speakers or is
10 speakers.
10 speakers?
Yeah. Adaptive cruise control, collision warning.
Does this do the auto braking or is that 2020 that does the auto braking?
2020 is going to start out with that.
Okay, let's press that. I gotta get my buddy back there a suntan. Don't worry. Well,
Keep going, keep going.
well, we got one that went. How do we get it all the way to the other one? Oh, look at that. How's that view back there, Chris? I mean, it seems like you got a ton of room back there, Chris. This feels like a much bigger cab than the
AC vents back here.
Oh, AC vents are nice. You only get that in the 2020. Our trucks don't have that. Is the front on our trucks? It's ventilated. Is this true air conditioning or is this just ventilated?
No, true air conditioning. It has a pumps
Its
air
own pump?
this seat. Yeah.
Gotcha. Not like I'd ever ride back here. I like these handles too. These handles are nice.
I think we should take it for a spin, honestly.
Yeah. Can we take it for a test drive?
Sure, absolutely you can.
All right. What do you think, Chris? You like it back here? It is a lot of space back here. Oh, dude. These seats are a lot more comfortable than our back seats. Yeah. And there's a ton of room. Like, Chris, what are you, 6'3.5" on a good day?
On a good
6'2"?
day, yeah. 6'3".
All right. So look at all that leg room you got. We don't, this is our only cup holders back here. We got kind of in the door, I guess.
Hold down the armrest.
Oh, it's got a pop out?
Pop out, right? Yeah.
All right. We might break that.
That's a little cheap.
That's all right. Bad. I mean, do our arms touch? We good?
They can't touch.
No, we don't need them to touch.
Yeah, there's your 180 if when you're pulling out of a alleyway and you need to see down the street. You can go here. This gives you your front view right there. When you put it into reverse, obviously it's going to move up.
No.
And yeah.
Can you preset the front view to come on at like a certain speed, like Cadillac and stuff does? Under like 5 miles an hour, the front camera comes on?
No.
Does that have a in-bed camera? Is that what I'm looking at?
This particular one right here, or a Tinsel camera?
That one, yeah, that one.
Well, that one right there,
Okay,
yes.
so that looks in your bed. They're beautiful trucks. There's no doubt about that.
I mean, power galore.
Yeah.
It's a 450.
Well, then you get the wide track axle, right? This one has the wide track front axle. I mean, it looked just based on seeing you turn it out of that parking spot. This will be a good test of the wide track axle if you're pulling out here. As you can see, we'll be going to the solid front axle light. I don't know if we'll be able to turn that wide still with some 40s on it, but let's see what this thing's all about. Oh my God. Test drive. I bet you enjoy going for test drives in these things more than the little cars where they got to cram you in the back, huh?
Oh yeah, especially the Mustang.
Oh God.
I have sciatica going on right now, and yesterday I was trying to sell a Mustang, and it was like, I'm not getting back.
I wouldn't even sell one of those.
All right.
First impression.
Let's see. Well, we'll see. I mean, do you mind if I scoot the seat back a little bit towards you?
He's got so much room.
I do like the auxiliary switches built in.
Now the two on the outside, they were like 40 amp.
All right, we gotta squeeze the big dually fenders through here. One thing I like is
It's all electric, steering wheel adjust, and telescoping.
One thing I liked is on the GMs, you gotta hold your window button up the whole time.
40-gallon fuel tank.
Oh, nice.
How big is the depth tank?
Oh, good question.
Probably 5.
Like 15.
15. So I believe these have the adaptive steering, is that correct?
This should have the adaptive steering, yes.
So that at certain speeds changes the firmness, I think, is that what it does?
No, adaptive, it has like a gyroscope in the steering, so if you're towing a trailer, instead of maybe something you would use a half a turn to maneuver, it would be a quarter.
Oh, okay.
It would allow you to operate the vehicle at a more precise, better handling and parking a trailer.
Gotcha. That's pretty cool. Yeah, for being a 450 rated to tow 30,000 pounds, the suspension's actually really soft.
Don't make me get a Ford.
You want a Ford now?
I think it rides good.
It rides really good. I'm surprised at how well it rides. I don't know if I'm ever going to get used to these things poking me in the butt while I'm driving.
Yeah.
That's a little odd.
It's typical for a Ford. It's typical for a Ford.
Yeah, I don't know. This is a weird sensation. I'm a big GM guy, but I hate to say, so far I'm enjoying this a lot.
Yeah.
Like a lot. I wish the massage seats had a little more massage, but I feel like most truck guys aren't going to respect that opinion from us.
I need a deep tissue.
You want some shiatsu? They can get them with. See how this thing maneuvers.
Let's get some lunch. Oh, sure.
Or it's going to be a daily driver, so I want to see how we maneuver it through.
Snappy U-turn.
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll go up here, get off on Warren Road, first light, snappy U-turn now, get us back towards the freeway.
Lunch on Mr. Jarvis. Jarvis or Jarvis?
Jarvis.
Yes. Lunch on Mr. Jarvis. Complimentary. You test drive the big boy, you get it.
I heard if you convert from GM to Ford, they buy you lunch.
Yeah, I do that, absolutely.
All right, let's see.
Good luck.
Yeah, we're gonna make a U-turn here on a 2-lane road with a long bed.
Oh my God.
We're gonna hit the curve.
Nah, we might have to do a 2-point here, but I want to see how well that white track.
We got the green.
Let's see how well the white track turns. Oh, that's pretty close, boys.
You could wheel it up.
I don't want to go up on the curb. I don't know the truck yet, so.
Go wheel it up on there. Your truck would have been about a 6-pointer.
That's impressive. So I see it's got blind spot monitoring, but I haven't seen it light up yet.
It disables the camera while you're driving.
Now, are these mirrors powered telescoping?
Yes, sir. Absolutely powerful power telescoping.
Whoa. Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Inches. Punch it. It ain't broken in yet.
It's got plenty of power.
Next to that big old shed.
Park it next to my truck?
This is a dually. That might be it. Our parking spots are a little narrow.
Yeah, your truck dealership, you got the smallest parking spots in town over here. It's a good thing we got the wide track front axle. This thing turns beautiful. Like I said, for the size of the truck, so I feel like Ford's geared towards the guy that probably shouldn't be pulling a trailer sometimes when they need the checklist and the little backup assist. If you go through the checklist, is your ball connected and locked? Electrical wire connected? Do the lights function correctly? Are the safety chains connected? Did you raise your tongue jack? Did you adjust your mirrors? Oh, adjust the gain settings? Huh. Door handles are a little funky, but I like kind of the
steps on it?
Yeah, right. It's already got the steps. We don't gotta add that. Love the headlights on these. Definitely needs a lot of color matching. Factory front camera is nice. It's even got the little thing that pops out, washes your front camera. Never understood the point of that unless you got real light dust. But anything on any of the stuff that we have, like you gotta actually just wipe the crap off. And probably the best thing is you get round wheel wells, which means like now we can actually fit real big wheels and tires in there without having to jack it up crazy tall. But I think we all know I'm gonna end up jacking it up crazy tall. We finally get cab lights because California won't sell you cab lights on a 2500 truck. Drop the tailgate. And our tailgate's we need that for this guy. He's the oldest guy in the group, so he try it out, Chris. You got to model the step for us. There you go. Oh, okay. And then we got the biggest guy in the group. Who's neck hookups? We got bed lights. Full bed lights. So look at that. The bed lights even have a switch in the bed. We'll see when that's on a timer because it won't turn back off. Uh-oh. Looks like somebody already spilled some poisonous death fluid. So one thing that I don't like about the Fords is that they have the giant fuel door to fit both. Whereas like Ram was able to combine the two. They had to get rid of the lids or the caps fills. And then the only other thing is you don't get a short bed option.
you're stuck with the long bed. Oh, we got some. Looks like we got a nice underseat storage box. I don't know how this. Oh, geez, this whole thing folds up. So the one thing I got to say about Ford is a lot of their stuff certain times seems like cheap little kitschy ideas. And so like even like the little underseat storage, like it just like seems flimsy plastic. The interiors are definitely stepping their game up. This interior is not quite as nice as the new 2019 Rams, but you know, I think this is a big improvement over the 2020 GM trucks, which we all know. Like I'm not a fan of that interior. You want to be in the video? You want to be in the video? What's up, dude?
I like your videos.
How's it going, man? Right, appreciate it, bro. You buying a new truck today?
No.
You work here?
I'm already gonna work here.
Oh, you're gonna work here? Oh, shoot, we don't want to get you fired before you start working here, dude. Don't leak the info that we're looking at Ford. We don't want nobody to know, all right? It's a secret between us, all right? All right. So one thing we're going back and forth on right now is obviously this is the 2019, the 2020s. What'd you say, November? You can start ordering them? So the first batch for orders would be November, which we would anticipate probably February if they release the F450s by then. It could just be the 250s, 350s. We don't really. James he's trying for us, but we only know so much. We don't tell what Ford's going to do so much. So I don't know. I mean, obviously, I'd want the 2020. Like James was saying, there's not a whole lot of interior changes coming to 2020. Engine numbers are obviously looking better for 2020, and I think they changed. The front end just a little bit, not too crazy, not too many exterior, like it's not like the truck's gonna look completely different. So this is essentially the truck that we would be getting if we waited, but then it sounds like February would be the earliest and absolute earliest that we can get the truck. So now we gotta kind of see numbers wise. I think we talked earlier when we were driving this truck is, where's the numbers, 85,000, which if you look at like the new Ram 3500s, they're actually pretty much the same, if not a little more expensive. I know that's like the limited or whatever their top of the line package is, but
yeah, keyless entry,
right?
That's Ford exclusive. Nobody else has that. So, well, you can throw your keys in the car, lock the door, come out, use your thing, come back, and then lock the door.
Now, is this an actual button or is this just like a pressure pad?
That one right there, it's just a pressure pad. So if you get out, you get to lock the door, touch the button, it'll lock the door.
Will this unlock it too?
No, grab the door.
Oh, you just reach your hand in there?
Yeah, grab it. Because remember, if you leave your keys just like their Chevy, does they have a push button start?
Nah, it's a Chevy. We don't get that till 2020.
Oh, you don't? Huh?
Yeah.
Lock and unlock your car from your phone. You start your car from your phone. You can get across the country. As long as you have cell service, you can start your car.
Now, what if Russia wanted to hack my truck? Then it's Russia's truck. It's Russia's truck. All right. Yeah, I appreciate the honesty. Well, all right, guys, we just test drove the F450. Wes, what do you think, buddy? I think it's a nice truck. And also a huge thank you to James, our salesman, for hanging out with us. Yeah. Some salesmen get uptight. James, we really appreciate you being cool with us. And hopefully, in the next couple of weeks, James will know when the build and production dates are on the 2020s. Unfortunately, Ford, unlike Chevy or GM, they're not going to get the production year like at the end of the previous year. So like right now you get the 2020s, even though it's 2019. Ford, unfortunately for the Super Duties, you're going to have to wait till actual 2020 to see a 2020 hit the lot. So that kind of sucks because I'd like to get a truck sooner than later, preferably by the end of the year. But if we can get one ordered, that might help. I don't know. I think the next step is I want to go look at the Ram 3500 dualies, the Mega Cab dualies. That's the short bed, which I prefer a shorter bed. I know a lot of you guys say a long bed's better, but just for maneuvering wise, I prefer the shorter bed. Even though the wide track axle on those F450s is nice, that thing turned amazingly well. A long day of looking at trucks. We got to feed Wes hungry. Try to get the Ford dealership to buy him. What's up and good morning, guys? Welcome back to another video. So I know it's been a minute now since we've talked new trucks, but as you guys remember, I'm kind of in the market for a new truck build. Something cool for the channel, and then, well, it seems kind of getting old behind me here. And while I still do love my Denali, and trust me, it is my favorite truck by far that I have ever owned. Half the fun of owning trucks is doing new builds, getting new parts, seeing what else is coming out in the world, seeing the
the industry's doing and kind of changing and evolving with it. So I went and looked at an F450 the other day, and I really like that truck. And you guys have been saying, well, Ryder, you need to drive a Ram. So let's go drive a Ram. So we've made it up here to Napa. I know one thing, there's no shortage of Rams up here. Ram. Super sweet, whatever that thing is. I think it's like a Ford Econoline van turned into a truck or something like that. I don't really know. Well, and then of course in the back over here we've got another non-shortage of Rams. Oh, what's up, buddy? What's going on over there? Hold on, I got a question for this guy. Michael or Cowboy? No, Michael. Come here, Michael. I want to talk to you, buddy. Hey, this should be really easy for you today. What is the best drinking water out there? Hey, you got it, buddy. What's up, dude? Oh, looks like we also got a hot dog. I thought it was one of the Plymouth Titans, but it's just the old Endurance V8. One thing I do like about coming up in this part of the town is there's a lot of trucks out here. Where I live, probably a few more Priuses. Dude, I do the same stuff, this YouTube stuff. You do YouTube for a living? I do. Nice camera, by the way. I like that. What do you think? You do it? Not yet, no. Oh, well, which one is that? Sony? Yeah, RX100, Mark 7. I know Jack just bought one. So yeah, everybody might as well buy them. It all look the same. I guess so. Well, the Canon is just, it takes forever to focus. Yeah, no, I'm a Sony guy. Do you guys want to watch Eddie cringe? Eddie, come here. So Eddie hasn't been on the channel in a long time. We haven't really hung out for a long time. Eddie, it's desert season, so you don't really see Eddie too much anymore unless you go to the desert. You might see Ryan. Stay tuned. Eddie's trying to get us to go out to the desert. And I figure, now that my truck's a daily driver, we beat it up, we might as well watch this. You want to see Eddie cringe? Watch. Just watch. Eddie, open the door. Dude, what's wrong with you? Don't you have like a car wash at your... Yeah, but it keeps raining. What am I supposed to do? I mean, it's what is this? Like chalk? It was mud, dude. It got so bad. I mean, there was mud flying. There's mud on the like edge monitor. I don't know if you can see a little speck of mud there. We should just go to my house and I'll wash it. You get a detail for me? Yeah. I need a full interior, top to bottom detail. There you go, 5'9", baby. Something white. Yeah, she's been living a rough life last couple of weeks. Snow, mud, rain, everything. Yeah, I haven't seen. How's yours? You've been taking yours out in the mud and snow. And yeah. I gotta go put the arm roll back on the tires. But, all right, I hear you. But then I'll be good. I mean, you got some changes coming soon, right? We do. We got some changes coming. Stay tuned. In January, the main change will happen. Right now, is it like going from male to female? Like, what are we talking main change?
Personalizing your smart home devices is fast, easy, and saves you time. Just ask, Alexa, turn on Playroom.
Okay.
To get started, you'll need an Echo device, smart home device, and your Alexa app. Open your Alexa app. Go to the menu at the top left and tap Smart Home to see your devices. Next, tap on the device that you want to customize. You'll see the device status as well as an edit option in the top right. Tap the edit option and the device settings will open. Here you'll have the option to remove, rename, or disable the device. Tap edit name to bring up the typing function that will allow you to give the device any name you choose. Tap done. Now you can use your custom names as voice commands to control your smart home devices. Alexa, turn off Playroom lamp.
Okay.
When it came to my weight, I was told to eat less. Just move more.
The weight always came back. That's because it's not just about my willpower. There's a science to obesity.
That's why my healthcare provider added Saxenda to my weight loss plan. It helps me eat fewer calories by working like one of my body's appetite hormones so I can lose weight and keep it off.
Saxenda is not for the treatment of type 2 diabetes and should not be used with other GLP-1 receptor agonist medicines or with insulin. Saxenda should not be used during pregnancy. Do not share needles or pens. Don't reuse needles. Do not take Saxenda if you have a personal or family history of medullary thyroid cancer, multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2, or if you are allergic to Saxenda. Stop taking Saxenda and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, itching, rash, trouble breathing, or swelling of your face or throat. Serious side effects may happen, including pancreatitis. Gallbladder problems may occur. Taking Saxenda with medication to treat type 2 diabetes may cause low blood sugar. Tell your healthcare provider if you feel your heart racing while at rest. Depression or thoughts of suicide may occur. Call your healthcare provider right away if you have any mental changes. Common side effects are nausea, diarrhea, constipation, headache, vomiting, low blood sugar, decreased appetite, upset stomach, tiredness, dizziness, stomach pain, and changes in lipase levels. Some side effects can lead to dehydration, which may cause kidney problems.
We've always had the will.
Now adding Saxenda helps give us another way.
Tell your healthcare provider about your efforts to lose weight and keep it on, and ask about adding FDA-approved Saxenda.
Yeah, it's going closer to the sky. Just say that. We actually got some new tunes today, so Ryan will be actually the first to try them. And we got maybe some under the hood stuff coming.
Well, we just gotta wait till all the California compliant stuff comes out. You know, these trucks are new, so you don't want to just put non-compliant stuff on there. Who does that? That's bad for the.
Well, it's got all it's a DPF back kit, but it's on it.
Yeah, got it.
So yeah, the emissions are all intact and everything. So everything is good.
Eddie, sell me on one of these trucks, buddy, because I went with you to go get the truck.
You did.
I've never driven the truck. I did, I did get to ride in it before you did, but
You did. That's true.
But I've never driven one of these, the new 2019 Rams. I'm interested. I obviously, if I would get one, it would probably be a mega cab dually short bed. So maybe we need to call Big Lou one of these days, and we'll check his truck out because he's actually kind of got that specific setup. But
I will say, the dually is extremely stable. So if you take this and you go come around the corner, I'm not saying fast, but if you just come around the corner, you can feel the truck a little bit. With Lewis's truck, you literally come around that corner and it feels like you're like a sports car. It literally does not move at all. It's extremely stable to the ground, but it's a lot rougher than this. And I tried to park it and almost took out a car next to it. So,
but I do like these new Rams. And the one thing, I went test drove an F450. And typically when you start getting up in the weight range of a truck or change classification to a duty truck, rides like crap. Because obviously they're compensated for the fact that they anticipate you're going to put a bunch of weight in the truck, which is why I'm ride so rough. You put a bunch of weight on it.
Or when he loads it with wood, he puts, just a folding thing right like a cap.
When I drove that F450 on the road, beautifully unloaded, I was like, dude, this is like a dream come true. The truck rides awesome, with or without a load. Like, this is, dude, the F450 was super, super smooth. So then I'm like, well, how am I gonna give that up? But the one thing the F450 was lacking was the interior. And the interior on the trucks, it was nice. Don't get me wrong, it's better than the 2020 GM interiors, but I feel like 5 years ago, it was a really nice interior. But now you compare it to the Ram. I mean, can we open this beauty up?
Go on in.
And you just check out just the updated version of this interior, and it is just light years ahead of the F450 interior. Now, for 2020, there are going to be very, very, very small updates for the F450s. Not enough to put them in the category of the Ram here. I mean, just look at this. I feel so Western, man. Are you a cowboy?
Hey, yeah, I know. Everybody's like, dude, are you got a horse and you're wearing the wrong hat? I need a cowboy hat now. I do notice this thing is more Texas cowboy-ish. Like, you should, I should probably buy a farm and start, buying some horses, pigs, stuff like that.
I mean,
parking this outside.
I can see you do that.
I was thinking about it, haven't debated, haven't pulled the trigger.
Well, you got to get the tonneau cover off and don't put the horse in the back. Or you just cut a hole and you stick his head out.
Yeah, that's perfect. There you go. Because I don't want to take the full cover off.
Right, right. I mean, you guys have probably seen a full walk around of Eddie's truck before. Oh, damn, dog. Are these the driving shoes or what?
Watch it.
Are these the driving shoes? Bro.
I've been looking for these.
Look how dirty they are.
I've been looking for these.
Get some of that Adam's polish on these things, clean them up.
No, dude, once they get like this, let them go. Yeah, don't even bother. Just
those are the off-roading shoes?
Keep them, yeah. Now just turn them into the snowshoes. Don't even waste your time because they will never go back. When I buy those white Nikes, I give myself about, if I'm going to wear them like for a full week, that's my max. Like when they start turning yellow right here, guys, just let them go. Let them go.
For everybody that's wondering, it's oil money, right? It's oil money.
Oil money.
Oil money.
I wish it was. That'd be. Shoot, I have a nice truck if it was oil money. I have a couple of these.
I don't know, guys. I'm really torn. Like exterior wise, I think I like the Ford better.
I will say the Ford. I love the look of it, the exterior. I drove the Ford. Don't get me wrong. I drove the F350 2019. So I don't know. Did they change anything in 2020 or no?
Barely.
Okay.
They got the 10-speed though.
Okay, I didn't drive that. I don't know. I will say the 10-speed of the Denali is amazing until you want to get going a little bit and downshifts 400 different gears. Then it goes up, down. But I will say the Ford looks great. Interior was okay.
But then there's something about like the Cummins, and all the Cummins guys like will understand what I'm saying is when you get in this and drive it, you feel like it's like you feel like you're like a semi truck, and it just has so much.
You want to put a giant C decal on the back of the truck.
Yes, that's what I feel like. That I should get one of those on there.
I wanted to come up today, take Eddie's truck for a little test drive here, and just see driving wise what I like better. Because like I said, I know I like the Ford exterior better. I like the Ram interior better. Now, what drives better?
I'm going to put it also in the stock too. So,
come on!
Well, no, just to be fair. Okay. So you're not like, oh, this thing's so much faster or something. So we're going to leave it in the stock too.
Yeah, but I would put like a DPF back exhaust on mine if I got it.
I mean, then we can go to like number 2 and... Hey, don't talk. Be quiet over there. I'll be back for you. That's it. You're done. It's your last day. Just feel it out.
Well, I'm already happy to see that you have vehicle noise emissions controls on here. All right, that makes me feel a lot better.
Yes, it's very quiet.
Good.
So when you start it and go to the back, it's just like...
Let's hear what it sounds like. Oh, jeez, Eddie, you put your hitch in the dirt. Eddie, do I put this floor mat on the ground 100 feet first, or how does that work?
Man, I don't know why they put like... They look like they remind me of when you walk into like a house.
Yeah, it's like your house, like your lovely baby.
Exactly.
Oh, man. Eddie, buddy.
Hey, listen, man.
I gotta pull the phone books out to see that Eddie has to sit on the drive.
I can't read. If you want it to rumble, you just switch it over one.
Where is it?
Right, it's right under there. Switch it over one.
Yeah, we put it on the emissions rumble.
Okay.
Ooh.
So now it's a little louder. It's a little louder out there.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, where should we drive it at?
I will put it to 1.
Adjusting here. Did it go down?
No, so that's what? Yeah. Okay, so listen.
Hold on.
I'm over here hit my head, bro. The seats don't go down. This is one thing about the Ram, and I told a lot of you guys, I kept trying to put the seat down because I was like, I felt so high. Now, I don't know why Ram does this, but they will even go up more. Like, if you want the seat to go up, they'll go up more, yeah. But if you get a guy's like really tall in here, you probably have to open the sunroof.
Yeah, like, all right, so I'm like, you know, Eddie has a little gangster lean to it.
I mean, a little bit.
I like to lean a little bit, but I'd probably sit a little higher. But I mean, there's maybe 2 inches, if that, above my head. Like, I don't think Chris would do too well sitting here.
Chris? Well, I know Chris liked the back seat really good. He was
Whoa! Whoa! What are you guys doing back there?
It's all right. The door's small. I get one fits. I get my fits.
You kept at it then. You can do it now. Quitting smoking takes a lot of practice, but the more you work at it, the more likely you are to quit for good.
Why is it so hard for hardworking people to find a pair of reliable and durable shoes that can withstand anything that is thrown or dropped on them? Introducing Indestructible Shoes, the first pair of work shoes that were designed specifically for hardworking people like yourself to handle whatever life throws at them. But if you're not interested in a solution for work shoes that provides comfort, style, and protection, feel free to skip this video. However, if you are ready to take your shoe game to the next level and give your feet the love that they deserve, keep watching. Hi, my name's Alex, and since our inception, we've helped tens of thousands of hardworking people just like you give their feet the protection they deserve, not sacrificing on comfort. Thanks to